Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my live streams. This is the Ready, Set, Go preview show, and this is actually our 80th episode of this particular show that we have been doing consistently on Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. And we are actually going to probably do a couple of giveaways during this show. A couple of things we'll probably try to give away over the course of this thing. But definitely a really cool milestone to have reached the 80th show, knowing that I've been doing this thing for that long. And I remember I was actually resistant to actually naming my shows at one point. And I am very thankful that I changed my mind and decided to actually start keeping track of certain shows and how many I had actually done, because it's fun to be able to go back and look at those things. And in fact, I actually looked back today at what I think was the 14th episode of the Ready, Set, Go preview show. And I went back to that show because of some things that happened at DC Fandom that sparked my memory. I went back, lo and behold, it was the 14th show. So very, very cool thing to be able to reflect back upon some of that stuff. A lot of videos, a lot of live streams, and it's honestly hard to keep track of some of this stuff. But this is the 80th show, and we are going to spend probably most of the time together talking about one thing, and it's probably just going to be DC Fandom. There were some other things that I wanted to talk about that we are probably just not going to touch. I may try to go live this week to talk about some of the other things that were on my mind. But yeah, we'll see how the week unfolds, because these weeks have been very interesting the last couple. So want to do a little bit of housekeeping here, and then I'm actually going to get to welcoming the folks that are actually in the chat right now. So last week's book has not been claimed. Last week's book has not been claimed, and I'm actually going to share my screen here because we need the second place person. Let's see if I can get the right window. Second place. Nope, that is not the right window. See if we can find the right window. We'll try that one more time. And again, when windows are all named the same thing, it's a little hard. And I picked the same one again. Not quite sure how we did that, but let's try one more time. See if we can make some actual magic here. And it keeps giving me the exact same window. That is, you are not my friend right now with this thing. And now they've stacked them. The drama of trying to do it. Okay, so we are now on Comics 5.0. Comics 5.0. You now have 1 week to claim your book starting tonight. And this is the book. It is Daredevil 168. It is the origin and first appearance of Elektra. It is a 9.0 with white pages. You are now on deck, so this book could be yours. And all you have to do, Comics 5.0, is to send me an email to Regie at regiecollects.com with your government name, your screen name, your mailing address, and I will bundle this book up and send it out to you along with this right here. This is the exclusive variant from Go Collect. Go Collect sponsors the weekly giveaways that we do, and a shipment of their exclusive variant just came in. I've been out for a couple of weeks, but they were able to make it back into their offices, and they sent me a stack of these. So I just bagged and boarded these, and I will be sending them out to Comics 5.0, who is now on deck to actually win or to receive that really awesome book. So hopefully she will see this and will reach out so I can send that on. Another housekeeping item. Before I do that, let me go to the chat real quick to welcome you guys here. Let me scroll it to the top here. I think I missed a lot of folks, but I see Tina's here. The Blue Wrench is in here. Brittany is here. Connie is here. 3 women right off the top. Boom, boom, boom. Love it. Climbing Comics. How you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Jerry is in here. Larissa is here. Master Blaster is in the house. It's good to see you, bro. Doug, how you doing? Doug, if memory serves, I believe that you won the Go Collect giveaway that they do every Friday. If I saw that correctly, congrats. If I saw it incorrectly, you have my apology. Young Matthew is in the house. How you doing? Matt Woods is in here. Minnesota Geek is here. My Canadian brother Rush Diehard is also in the room. It's good to see you. How very, very nice name. Brandon, how you doing? Thomas is in here. Scrolling down through the names, seeing who else is up in here. Quest Dog, my man Joe. How you doing? Pretty fly for a Filipino guy. A couple of people here, man, that joined me the other day. We did a Patreon only chat. I think it was on Saturday. No, it was on Friday afternoon. Patreon only chat. A couple of the people I just named off here actually joined me on screen, and I was able to put a face to a name in a couple of respects. So it was definitely good to be able to hang out with the Patreon members. And again, I definitely want to give a shout out to our new Patreon members who have recently joined. The Patreon continues to grow, and I'm very appreciative to each and every one of you. I want to say that I sent out, if there are many things that you get as part of being a Patreon member. You get insider information on things that I'm working on before everybody else hears about it, sometimes weeks in advance, sometimes months in advance. Sometimes it is so far in advance that the thing never actually happens, but I still tell you about it. But the Patreons also get an occasional chat where they literally come on screen with me and hang out in a private chat that is never to be seen by anybody else. And then they also get free gifts. And so I just mailed out to a handful of Patreon members some AOKs that should arrive by the middle of this week is my guess. By the middle of this week, if the fires here in California don't set us back too far, you should be getting those things. They have been mailed. I'm just concerned about the mail actually reaching its destination. So one other thing I want to give you guys an update on before we dig into to Fandom is the survey. I want to thank everyone that has had an opportunity to actually complete the survey that I'm doing. A little bit of market research here where I'm trying to better understand who we are as collectors. The survey respondent total is greater than it was last year. 6 months ago when we did this, we were 200 respondents last time. I was the 201st. Right now we are sitting at 252. ASM 252 solid book, but I'm hoping to be able to get that number up to maybe 300, 350 would be awesome. So if you have not yet completed the survey, I definitely want to encourage you to head over, check it out. Just takes a couple of minutes. There is a link in the description of this video where you can actually access the survey. And again, it's just a few questions. Will take you a few minutes to do it and will allow me to create a couple of videos from the data that we actually collect through that survey. So if you haven't done it, please take a few moments to do it. All right. And as I mentioned, we're going to do maybe a couple of giveaways during this live stream. We're certainly going to give away the awesome Go Collect book for this week, which is Batman 359. Someone will get this book this week. And then I'll also be showing you very soon this upcoming week's Go Collect giveaway. I will also be giving you an overview of the videos that will be coming out from the channel over the course of this week. Let me scroll down here on the chat. So I am curious. What was the best part of Fandom to you guys? I'm gonna be honest, I did not watch a single minute of it. I had a bunch of other stuff going on here at the house and outside of the house. But I'm curious, from your perspective, if you watch Fandom, what was the best part of Fandom? I am curious what people think. So let me see. Anybody get those first appearances of the Milestone characters that's about to be Red Ocean all day? I was trying to get them before they announced something. Yeah, brother. Those waters might get bloody. They might get bloody, my man Steve. No doubt about it, brother. But I do have a video that might be coming out later this week. Stay tuned. It might be a bonus video. Might be a bonus. Let me scroll down through the comments here, seeing what else you guys are talking about. Again, Batman. Here we go. Minnesota Geek says Batman. My man Scott says the Batman trailer. The Filipino guy, my man says the Justice League trailer. That was a dope trailer. I'm not gonna lie, that was a dope. Myth Lab says Batman. Ariel says the Snyder cut. Let me scroll up. I lost it. Batman trailer. What's Fandom? Tina, you're awesome. So I don't know the full thing. I'm gonna be honest with you, Tina. it was basically, think of it as like D23, right? So D23 is where Disney like has all of its big announcements and its big reveals and all that kind of stuff. DC Fandom was basically the same thing. They basically had panels. I think a lot of them were pre-recorded. They made a lot of announcements about things that they want to do. They released several trailers, several dope trailers, and made some other announcements, some of which were alluded to in the days leading up to DC Fandom. But there was a lot of excitement around this event. It's normally one day, and I think it was 2 days this year. So people got a double bonus here. So there we go. Sith Lord says Batman trailer stole the show. Man Bat. Regie says it's the Batman trailer. The Batman trailer was good, man. Multiverse conversations. Ooh, that was a good one too. There was a lot of discussion around the multiverse and what may come from these various movies. The Batman trailer, Gotham Knights game were both solid. I'll convert that over for you. Ooh, the Wonder Woman trailer was legit. It was indeed legit. Here's the thing. We actually got a Wonder Woman trailer already, and I thought that was dope. And then we got the full trailer this time, and I was like, man, this thing is good. It is. Let me see. Doc, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Batman trailer was the bomb. Snyder cut. I think we read a couple of these already. So what I want to do is I want to bounce over real quick here. What is this? DC movie reveals kind of took the sting out of the. Well said. Doug's like, check it out. It's like when you go get a shot and they're like, hey, look over here while they stick you on this side. That's basically what DC Fandom was. Well said, brother. I mean, again, in some respects, people are now looking at what DC is attempting to do and Warner Media is attempting to do. And maybe they're saying, hey, maybe they're not going to get out of this comic book game because of what they are trying to do right now. These movies the movies look fantastic. And I cannot show you guys the videos because they would not do it justice here on, I don't think you guys can hear what I play. So I actually will not look at the videos themselves, but I do want to pull up this. This is DC Fandom. This is a cool little page that I found here. DC Fandom's 9 biggest film reveals, squads, the multiverse, and lots of Batman. So the very first thing here that I really enjoy, honestly, was Wonder Woman. The night, what is it, 1984? This trailer, again, we had seen it before, but it was really fantastic. This trailer was awesome. And again, I can play it. I think you guys should be able to see it. But I don't think that you're going to be able to hear it at all. But definitely a cinematic type of trailer here. And I've seen some people say that, they didn't need a follow-up story for the previous Wonder Woman. I think that the first Wonder Woman I thought was fantastic. This one looks awesome because now she has a true solid villain to fight, and Cheetah. And so I'm actually looking forward to seeing this. I think the depiction of this thing in the 80s is really awesome, really well done. And I am honestly looking forward to seeing this trailer, seeing this movie. But what was really cool here, let me see if I can find some of the quotes here. The first panel of the day, Wonder Woman 1984, was also the first to introduce new footage, ending with the debut of a new trailer for the film. They highlight that the movie itself was actually delayed a few different times because of Voldemort. And what's cool, though, is that the director, Patty Jenkins, basically is saying, look, we are bringing this thing to the theater. We are bringing it to the theater. And there was a lot of discussion as to whether they would try to release this thing directly to home through the streaming services. And Patty is basically saying, nope, we are going to wait. We are going to deliver this thing to theaters. And right now its current date is set for October 2nd. So I have a feeling that, the first appearance of Cheetah and some of those other books associated with the character may potentially go up in value. We will see what happens with it. But this movie, the on-screen romance between the two of them, I think, is really fantastic. I enjoyed that in the first movie, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing it in the second. What I really got a kick out of was with Wonder Woman riding on the lightning with the lasso. I have never seen that. Maybe that's something she does in the comics. I thought that was cool. I thought it was a really cool element, and Wonder Woman definitely was pretty solid. So let me bounce back to the chat here and see what you guys are talking about real quick. Let me see. Joey says October 2nd doesn't look like it's happening. You could be right, Joey. But I will tell you, even here in California, man, they're allowing wineries to open up. Hair salons can start to open up. I think there are also some movie theaters that are starting to open up around the country as well. So I am going to try to be positive, and I'm not saying that you're not. I'm going to try to be positive and hope that this thing is in a better position in October than it is right now. But again, yeah, Connie's saying the same thing. We could be exactly where we are. If they can release it in Florida, Florida doesn't care. Florida's doing whatever they want. Florida's just open. Florida's like, hey, come on down. Do what you want to do down here. What is this? What does that say? They had to let her ride lightning because they couldn't find the invisible jet. Well done. Well done. Well done. Almighty Liger King. The villain in the last one was whack. There you go. Women, she was too overpowered for the comics here. Let me scroll down. Wonder Woman must be a Metallica fan. Well done, Wes. Well done. Yeah, man, I'm digging it. I think that this movie is really going to, fingers crossed, be incredible. The first one, I thoroughly enjoyed the first one, and so I am very hopeful that this next one will be equally fantastic. So this, let me scroll through this. Let me see what this next one is. We're going to come back to that one. The other big one that I wanted to talk about is I don't have the Batman. Oh, the Batman trailer. Oh, the Batman trailer. People were losing their mind over this. And a lot of people sent me messages on this. I think Chris Bigger sent me one. Chuck may have sent me a couple of messages. I know Key Collector app was blowing up my phone over the weekend with all of their various alerts. But as soon as, if you haven't seen this one, as soon as I heard the duct tape sound in the beginning when it was black screen, I knew that it was going to be creepy. I knew that it was going to be creepy. And back in a while ago, back, I think it was episode 14, I was talking about this at the top of the show. I did a live stream, Ready, Set, Go, where I talked about how Rob Pattinson was going to make a perfect Batman. And I had an argument for why I felt that way. And I think that, that video was not received positively by a certain group of people who were like, he is the worst choice for Batman ever. And I have a feeling that, or at least I have a belief that when this video drops, it is going to change a lot of people's minds about Rob, his acting skill, and about the pick of him for this movie. I think that this trailer looks incredible, and I am looking forward to seeing what they do. And we're looking forward to seeing the full movie. But it is dark, it is creepy, and I really do think that it's going to be awesome. And I'm still not quite certain how they're going to weave all these multiple Batman in, but there's a lot of talk about this being some multiverse stuff with the now 3 Batmen. I think all 3 have basically been confirmed. So it'll be interesting to see how they weave this stuff together. So let me see whether there's any content here. Beyond the tantalizing footage, Reeves noted this is a Batman Year 2 story depicting a Bruce Wayne who is still relatively new to life as a masked vigilante and still figuring things out. As Reeves put it, we meet him in the middle of his criminology experiment. So, and what seems like a notable juxtaposition from Christian Bale Dark Knight, this Batman is wearing a suit he made himself and driving a Batmobile he built himself using early stripped down versions of his iconic accessories that are still evolving. So this is going to be a gritty Batman, man, where he is still trying to figure stuff out. Stuff's probably not going to work the right way. He is not going to be all polished. The director promised versions of the characters like Alfred the Riddler and Catwoman you've never seen before, meant to touch upon their iconic comic versions while also creating something new. Again, I'm excited about this. You know, these directors seems to have a little bit of liberty with some of the things that they are able to do. They're able to tell, I think, some really awesome stories. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with this. I don't know if the year 2 comics will actually go up in value in response to this. There's a chance that could happen, but I honestly don't know. Year 1, different story. Year 2, I really don't know. But again, I'm looking forward to seeing this thing, hopefully again in theaters at some point relatively soon, right? Fingers crossed. So let me pause this thing and I'm going to bounce back to the chat to see what you guys are talking about. A lot of people said that this is what they were excited about. So let me scroll down, see if there's any. This is year 1 of Batman movie version, says Almighty Liger King. Was that Colin Farrell in the fat suit as the Penguin? I do believe indeed that was the Penguin. And the Riddler is in this thing as well. Scrolling up, Jeff, welcome, brother. Welcome. Scroll up through some of the comments here. Hold on to your Batman 171, says Milt. Trailer looks good. There you go. Very good. Very good. Scrolling through. What is that? It wasn't. Bro, if he had pulled out a roll of that red painter's tape, I would have lost it. It is, man, I'm telling you, I am looking forward to this one. It is indeed raining Batman, new, old, young, first time, couple of time. I mean, it's Batman everywhere up in here. It really is. And so it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool, I think. Scrolling through, Joe was pointing out here, they've only filmed about 25% of the movie. Scrolling through the comments here, Florida is a paradise every day if you do it right. I was just down there. I lived there for a couple of years. So scrolling up through the comments here, I think we are on track. And again, you guys said that this was one of the things that you were most excited about. And I think that, again, I think there's a great reason to be. Jamie's pointing out here that George Clooney was the best. You know, I'm going to say, what was the other guy? Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton's my Batman. You know, I literally remember going to the movie theater, right? The drive-in to actually see Batman with Michael Keaton back in the day. So that is my Batman. That's just in my head, you know, just in my head. But I did watch a lot of that Adam West stuff back in the day as well. The original Batman TV show. I watched a lot of that stuff as well. What Batman books to get? I'm certain that you guys are going to have a good exchange about that one. What is this? What is this? But in typical DC fashion, it will go nowhere. Let's hope not. I had somebody earlier. I had a couple of people actually say that Marvel needs to take note of what DC is doing. And they were highlighting how it appears that the DC movies are less formulaic and maybe more cinematic and more innovative, maybe. And you know, I would argue that also, in my mind, may make it a little disjointed for the viewer who is watching all of these movies and trying to sort out how all of these movies actually fit together. And yes, Marvel's movies may be a little formulaic. They may be a little sterile, if you will, but I think it's easy to kind of see how they fit together because there is a thread that runs through them. There is a rhythm to all of those movies. Whereas what you may be getting from DC is a lot of creative freedom to do some stuff, but it feels disjointed. And I don't know if Marvel should take note of it from the way that people are saying it. People are like, hey, Marvel, you need to take note of what the good stuff they are doing here. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there's some lessons that both Marvel and DC can learn from one another. Right? Maybe there's lessons that they can learn from one another. And I will tell you, by and large, I watch a comic book movie, I sort of enjoy it. I'm not a big movie critic. You know, I enjoy the movie for the entertainment that it provides me for that, 1.5 hours or 2 hours or however long it lasts. I enjoy it for what it is, but there's a lot of people out there, I think that look at these things a little bit differently than me. So Minnesota says Marvel is doing a good job. Yeah, man, I think that you know, what did they make 20 billion? 20.3 billion, I think. I would agree. I'll take 10%. All right. So the next one that I want to talk about, let's go back here and let me pick up with this one. I'm going to be honest with you. Another one, I'm not going to say the one that I'm excited about. Another one of the ones that I'm excited about is this one right here. Interesting character. It's a little kooky because you know it's you know golden age stuff. When you read you know Marvel Family, it's like it's that hokey kind of golden age stuff, but I kind of dig the character. And I'm like, man, maybe I should pick up some Black Adam, you know, because the character looks really, really cool. And I don't have a ton of like, you know, major DC keys, if you will. And I think that might be a cool one. So nobody buy it because I'm thinking about actually picking it up myself. Nobody touched this one. So let me see if there's some notes here that we can talk about. What is this? Some of the things he also talked about is that he's wanted to do this for like 6 years. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson said, so he's finally getting his opportunity to actually do this thing. It was revealed that the Justice Society will be introducing Black Adam with a lineup comprised of a couple of people here: Hawkman, Dr. Fate, Cyclone, Atom Smasher, with the latter two as new recruits. Let me see. So Johnson noted that Black Adam will include the character's past as a slave and that he will be presented as judge, jury, and executioner. He believes in an eye for an eye. He'll do anything that he can to protect his people and more so for his family. Scrolling down, see if there's any other good stuff in there. Not really any good stuff in this one. But again, I think it's definitely a really, really cool character. I'm looking forward to seeing this movie. I think that The Rock brings a lot of energy and personality to everything that he works on. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he portrays this character, and more importantly, how this character may actually appear in other DC things, because it will be really cool to see The Rock on screen with some of these other major characters. It would be kind of cool to see that. So fingers crossed that they can actually pull together this universe. So I wonder if they'll give Rock his 23 million of film rate. Well, he might not get that, but my guess is that he's going to be doing some of the production on this thing. So he may not get it for the acting part, but he may get it for the production side. I don't know how that's going to work, but I'm pretty sure the dude's going to get his money. He seems to get his money from the shoes and the tequila and the everything else that he's working on. He is not messing around. So let me scroll through the comments here. A lot of comic books are blowing up due to the DC announcement. You know, and that's one of the things I hear a lot of people say, well, man, there should be a lot more spec around DC stuff. Well, part of the problem was there wasn't a whole lot of craziness happen around DC, right? Part of what fuels the speculation and the values is the movies and the TV shows and some of these announcements and some of these cool things that they are starting to do. And so I'm not completely surprised. If we are seeing prices of books go up. The thing is, in many ways, DC books are undervalued. And that is my opinion, my estimation. I feel like a lot of DC books are undervalued. I mean, you can even look at Marvel Family. It's not stupid expensive like you might expect it to be. Maybe that's because of the controversy with Captain Marvel and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if that has something to do with it, but scrolling down, everything The Rock touches turns to gold. He is going to get that money. And, you know, the dude, here's the thing. The dude appears to be like a genuinely humble person. And it's like, you can't help but want good things for somebody that is like a genuine humble person, but that works incredibly hard personally and professionally, takes care of his family. Like, you can't be upset at that kind of person, you know. Get your money and keep making good content, you know. Scrolling down through the comments here, seeing I would like to see if Hawkman and Black Adam are connected from way back in the ancient day. That would be dope. I think that would be dope. That would be dope if they can actually, I mean, they would are they connected in the comics, or would they have to create that history? I think it's possible to do it if they are not connected. The Rock is going to have like 6 movies at the theater. He's going to be competing against himself. He'll be like the top 6 movies being released, you know? What is this? The way Ryan Reynolds fought for Deadpool is the same that The Rock fought for Black Adam. There you go. There you go. And Ryan Reynolds, he makes a fantastic Deadpool. I'm going to be honest. I personally also think he makes a great Green Lantern. And I know a lot of people didn't like the Green Lantern movie, but I like Ryan Reynolds. I think the dude is funny. And him as either Green Lantern or Deadpool, I think are both great. Deadpool probably wins out for me. Scrolling. Scrolling down to the comments here. Reggie can play the Rock. So no, I could probably play the Black Adam version of the Rock if I was able to grow another like 2.5, 3 inches. I could probably play a much smaller, probably slavery type of Rock. Man, put me in a movie. DC, Marvel, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to go back to the gym. I'll start working out even harder. I wish, man. I wish. John's Comments with Kids is up in here. It's good to see you, brother. So here's the thing. Let's give away some stuff. Let's give away something real quick. Take that out of there. Let's give away something real quick. So here's the question. Black Adam was hurled away from the earth when they realized that his heart was bad, that he was evil. He was hurled away. How long did it take him to get back to earth? If you are in the US and you can answer that question for me, I will hook you up with a pack of these Wolverine cards right here. Pack of Wolverine cards. Sorry, Marvel cards for a DC question. What you want me to do? How long did it take Black Adam to get back to Earth after he was hurled away from the Earth? Let me see. Scrolling up. Reggie versus The Rock in the gym, bro. He works hard in the gym, man. Oh, my man Joe got it. We go. Joe, he got it with 5,000 years. 5,000 years. I have a feeling you knew that off the top of your head, brother. I'm going to just say it right now. I have a feeling you knew that one. So, Joe, make sure you send me an email to Regie@regiecollects.com, REGIE collects. Send that to me and I will hook you up with a pack of these cards. I'm going to set that to the side. And because I was super excited about the Shazam movie, we're going to do one more from Shazam. What does the word Shazam mean? What does the word Shazam mean? Going to wait for that one to come through because that one might take somebody a couple of minutes. And if you already won, Joe, don't guess again. We're giving away free cards. If you're just joining us, we're going to give away some cool Wolverine cards for a DC related question. Joe, you typed too fast. He was on it, brother. He was not messing around. Jerry, you are a funny dude. It is an acronym. Well done. It is indeed an acronym, but what is the acronym for? I need all parts of it in the same response. I have a feeling there's a lot of Googling right now. There's a lot of people Googling over there, but I will wait for all 5 to appear. I have nothing but time on my hands. I will wait for it. Wow, that's a lot of money for that book. There was a book I was watching, thinking about picking it up, and I can play Jon Stewart. I can do that. I can do just about anything for the right, and I won't even charge you $23 million. 22. Let me see. There you go. A couple of people are saying it, but I need it all in one thing. Wait a minute. Let me check it. Let me check the scoreboard. Let me see. And that is the answer. The word Shazam is an acronym for what you see on screen right now. It was, I think, later changed. So this actually came right here from Marvel Family issue number 1. I want to say that it was Shazam 28 where they actually changed it to some other, maybe they might have been Egyptian gods. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I want to say it was maybe changed. But this was the original from Marvel Family. So go ahead and send me an email to Regie@regiecollects.com so that I can bundle this stuff up for you. And again, a couple of trading cards. I will be sending those out to my man right there, Climbing Comics. I appreciate you, brother. This is the dude that took the ASM 110 to, I think it was Peru, and climbed up a mountain and took some dope photos up there. All right, so scrolling down. So let me see. We went through most of the movies here. Let me share my screen one more time because I think that there's at least one more movie that we're going to talk about. We're not going to talk about the Snyder Cut. We've been spending a lot of time talking about this one. But this is it, man. James Gunn. I'm going to be honest with you. I was super disappointed when I heard that James Gunn was actually going to work for DC. And I was disappointed because I really wanted him to work on Guardians of the Galaxy, right? So basically, what happened was he was supposed to make Guardians of the Galaxy. He got fired. He went over. DC was like, hey, we'll give you a job. And so it was basically like he needs to finish this movie, Suicide Squad, before he could work on Guardians of the Galaxy. And I'm going to be honest with you. I just wanted the dude to do Guardians. And then I see this trailer. I see how good that this is going to be. And now I'm excited to actually see this movie because I think that James Gunn has an incredible vision. Idris Elba and some of the other actors that are in this thing, I think this thing is going to be really, really incredible. And I can't wait to see it. Viola Davis is in here. I mean, this is going to be good. And hearing James Gunn talk about these characters and his vision and what he's trying to do, and you hear from the actors, I'm excited for this one. I really am excited for this one. And I think it's going to be awesome. So I think there's some details here. What is this? James Gunn kicked off Suicide Squad panel with a big reveal of exactly who the huge cast is actually playing. And again, I think you guys knew about some of these folks. So you have Viola Davis in there, Idris Elba in there, couple of people playing some awesome characters. Scrolling down, and they didn't give a lot more detail about this one, but again, I think this was going to be really, really cool when it actually drops. So fingers crossed. So let me pause this one, and then I want to bounce back to the chat, see what folks. No one actually. I think a couple of people brought this one up. A couple of people brought this one up. So scrolling down, I actually just lost my chat. Yeah, I just lost my chat. So bear with me. I need to go to the YouTube machine and tap in so I can actually 48 of you guys in here. So if you are in here and you can hit the thumbs up button, I would definitely ask that you guys take a moment to do that. Need to wait for this ad so I can actually click it. Let me see. Scrolling through. Let me see what you guys are talking about. A couple of people picking up a couple of things. Polka Dot Man is the strangest DC character. What is this? DC was like, hold up, we were just joking. I think that's the end of a joke that I missed here. The movie is a mishmash of an all-star cast with weird characters, and it's going to be absolutely amazing, says Jonathan. Man, I mean, again, look at Guardians of the Galaxy, mishmash of characters, if you will, and it was fantastic. Fingers crossed, man, that this thing is good. It would be incredible to see. DC put out some really, really fantastic movies one after another. You know, instead of having some good stuff here and there, it's going to be cool if they can put together a string of just really incredible movies. So there are so many characters in Suicide Squad, says Climbing Comics. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Pick your favorite. Pick your favorite. Disappointed that there's no King Shark and no Croc. Croc would be dope. Croc would be dope. That would be dope. No doubt about that one. Where's the Gibbon? Wrong universe, bro. Who is that? Free King Louis? Wrong universe, my man. But he could be in a little bit of a crossover. That would be cool. So, all right. So we're done with the DC stuff, man. I'm definitely excited. DC fandom, I think was something that was major that caught a lot of people's attention. And I think it's good because of the way that folks were feeling based upon the news that recently came out about DC with them letting go of 800 people and the streaming services being shut down and all of the other kind of stuff. This was, I think, a very, very nice thing for people to be able to see, to be energized, if you will, by DC. Again, fingers crossed that they make some magic with the various movies that they are putting out. So that is DC Fandom. And again, if you were Comics 50, please make sure you send me an email. If you are in here, make sure you send me an email to Regie@RegieCollects.com so you can claim the book from last week. And just know, if you are in third place, get ready, because if Comics 50 does not claim the book, it will go to third place. This is actually the first time I think that I've had last week's book, this week's book, and next week's book all at the same time, all on my table here off to the side. So anyway, let me give you guys a quick rundown of the videos that are going to be coming out from the channel this week. There are, of course, 4 of them, and I may do a 5th bonus video. Oh, you know what I did not talk about? I did not talk about this. Let me scroll down. Let me scroll down real quick. I want to do this one really quickly. And I am kicking myself. I am kicking myself because for several weeks now, I was planning to do a video on Milestone comics. And I was going to do this video because of the fact that I was finding so many of these Milestone comics in my collection, and the 100K collection. And I was actually going to do, the history of Milestone and who they were and all that kind of stuff, the same way that I've been talking about like Pacific Comics, one of those unknown publishers that, was big for a moment and then has kind of gone away and had some really awesome characters. I was going to do the same thing for Milestone, and I delayed. And then I saw that in last week's show, we talked about some comments, that interview that from Variety, I think it was, or Hollywood Reporter, with Jim Lee. And he actually in that interview mentioned Milestone comics. And I was like, I got to get this video done. Got to get the video done. I did not do it. And then DC Fandom makes some big announcements. And basically what they are announcing is that Milestone Comics is coming back. This was an imprint that was at DC back in the day, primarily focused on Black characters, but I think it also included like some Asian American, Korean American. I can't remember what Zombie was, but it was primarily focused on Black characters, and they actually had some pretty solid characters, pretty solid storylines. And so Milestone is actually coming back, and I believe that Milestone is primarily going to come back digitally, at least initially. It seems like they're going to be re-releasing a lot of the comics digitally. And we alluded to that last week, that they're going to do it digital to see whether there's an appetite for the characters, for the books. And if so, they are then going to potentially release those books in print, possibly new stories. And it seems like they are, going to be doing this at least for Static Shock, who was one of the main characters from Milestone. So in the Mist imprint reveal, he may get his own film. We'll talk about that in just a second. But it looks like they are actually going to be releasing I believe a graphic novel and maybe even a comic for Static Shock. And there's also some discussion around a movie. Who knows whether that's going to happen or not? It could be really cool if it happens, but who knows? That I think DC has its hands and its plate full with some of the other stuff that is already like in production, if you will, to worry about this. But we could potentially see a Static Shock down the road. And I'm gonna tell you, I have my preferences on which characters I would want to see in that movie. Static is a dope character, but there's a couple of other characters that I would like to see in there as well. But I would definitely encourage you guys to stay tuned for the video, because I will be dropping that video soon, maybe even as a bonus this week. So we will see about that one. All right. So I wanted to make sure I covered off on that. And again, my chat is still out. So I want to pop over and scroll down. I dare to find someone that doesn't like Static Shock, says Daniel P. Heart, bro. Who is that? Silence? No, 6 Cents. 6 Cents, 1986. Hardware was dope. Hardware was dope. My favorite, though, Icon. My favorite was Icon. I dug some Icon. Almighty Lager King says Static Shock cartoon was cool. Pretty fly for a Filipino guy. There is a reason why I like you, bro. He says Icon. Icon is my favorite. I like Icon, I like Hardware, I like Static Shock. I mean, I'm reading, like, I spent most of today and part of most of today reading. No, it was yesterday too. Might have been yesterday too. Reading nothing but Milestone comics. Nothing but that. There's some good stuff. There's some good stuff. So, what was the name of Icon's first issue? I don't know. I got it somewhere sitting around here somewhere. Actually, I think it's in the other room. I think it's all in the other room. So, Bayou Boy Entertainment says, is he still flying on his manhole cover though? Come on, bro. All right. So let me give you guys an overview of the videos that are going to be released from the channel over the course of this week. And then we're going to get ourselves to the giveaway for this week for this Batman 359 that one of you is going to get this week. And then I'm also going to show you next week's book as well. So, the videos that are coming out this week. So one of you actually brought it up last week in the live stream, and I did not talk about it because I did not want to ruin my own video, right? But someone, when I was talking about DC and Marvel, whether Marvel, technically Disney, yes, I know, whether Marvel should buy DC. There was someone that talked about the shared universe that they once had. There is a video that is going to be coming out this week where I'm going to be talking about when Marvel and DC have actually worked together and when they actually did indeed have a shared universe. And so not only am I going to talk about the history of that relationship, but I'm also going to show you some really cool books from my 100K collection that I think that you guys will enjoy. It took me a couple of weeks to pull these books together, to hunt them down in the collection, but I have them and I think you're going to enjoy it. I'm going to do a haul of some Dark Horse books. And I'm being a little cryptic there with that one, but there will be a haul of some Dark Horse books that I filmed a couple of weeks ago, and I'm just now getting around to releasing it. There's actually going to be another haul video as well, but I may move that one out and put something else in its place. I need to decide. But I will also be releasing a video this week that will prompt you all to think. Every single year, in January and February, there is something that we as comic book collectors do. There is something that we do every single year, and it without fail, right? Without fail, what you see in January and February are want lists. People put up their wish list or your want list with 10, 15, 20, 30 books up there, and they're like, these are the books that I'm going to get this year. And then over the following weeks, they start to cross those out, and you see those same images pop up on Instagram again, where now it's been crossed off or there's a slash through it or whatever. What I want to do is I want to talk about what comes after that, right? What comes after that? We're at the midway point, if you will, of the year. And the question is, how are we progressing on the goals that we may have set for ourselves? Whether we've bought 5 of the 10 books that we set out to accomplish or 9 of the 10 books. The question is, how are we progressing against the goals that we've set for our collection? So that'll be the topic of the video. And like, as you guys know, what it will be is I'll be talking about comics, but I'm not really talking about comics, but I'm primarily talking about comics. Depending upon one's mind, you will hear me a certain way as you actually check out that video. So stay tuned for that one. And then I'm also and all of those videos, I will tell you, all of those videos will be released at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time and Monday through Thursday. And then I'm also going to be releasing a podcast on Monday morning at 7 a.m. If you guys are not checking out the podcast, I definitely want to encourage you to do so. It's basically where I take video content and basically strip it down to just audio so you can actually hear me on the road or while you're out working or whatever it happens to be. Whatever podcast service you choose to use, if you search for Regie Collects, you should be able to find me on that podcasting service. All right, so there you go. Scrolling down through the comments here, seeing what else. What is this? All I need now to finish the Him series is Thor 166 7.0 or better. That's a dope book, bro. That's a dope book. Fingers crossed that you actually get that. Is Jim Mint in the house? Is Jim Mint up is in here? Another Mr. Reggie's Neighborhood video. Is that what you call those videos where I talk about stuff, but I'm not really talking about stuff? Chris Bigger, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you. Is my chat is out, so I'm not really able to see it. There we go. There we go. Jim Min is in the house. He's saying, is this a comic channel or a gun show? It's a little bit of both, bro. It's a little bit of both. We call ourselves, as you know, comic book soldiers. These long boxes and short boxes don't lift themselves very easily, so you have to put on some mass in order to be able to pick these things up, man. So it's Jim, man. It's good to see you, brother. I definitely appreciate you swinging by the channel, hanging out just a little bit. It is always an honor to have a legend, roll up in the room. And Tina, I did not miss Jim Mint this time. The last time that Jim Mint came by, I completely missed it. And like after the show ended, Tina sent me a message. I still didn't understand what she was saying. It was the second message when I was like, oh, now I understand. So thankfully, I actually paid attention. Always a cool thing when when folks roll through. Daniel, my mom says, when you laugh, Reggie, do you have to show all of your teeth? That is normally what my mother says to me. She teases me on a regular. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to give away a book right now. We're going to give away this Batman 359, and then I'm also going to show you guys the other book that is going to be made available for you for next week. And again, you can win these books simply by watching the videos that come up from the channel Monday through Friday. There will be a video, there will be a phrase. You capture the phrase, you head over to the community tab, you plug your information in, and then you tune into the show to find out if you are the winner. What I will say to you is that if you enter multiple times, I throw all entries out. We actually had 2 people that entered this week that used their wife's name. They used their own name and their wife's name. All of the entries were actually thrown out. So you guys, again, we want to make this fair for everybody. So I'm going to ask everybody to continue doing the honorable thing, because the vast majority of you do. The vast majority of you follow the rules, and I'm very appreciative of that. But once in a while, we have someone that decides that they're going to get frisky, but that's okay. We know how to handle that. All right. So let me go ahead. And what I want to do is we are going to roll some dice, and then we are going to give away an awesome book to someone tonight. Let's roll these dice. And we rolled 8. And now we are going to randomize our list a total of 8 times. And we are going to give away some awesome stuff from our friends over at Go Collect, who have been sponsoring this giveaway for 80 weeks. So these are the names of all the individuals that were able to successfully enter the giveaway. We're able to technically find the video with the phrase and find their way to the community tab to plug it in. And they were able to submit their entry and their information one time, which means that they stayed in the running for this awesome book. So this list was posted up, I think, around 7:30 this morning, like every single week. So I want to thank everybody that followed the rules, and good luck to each one of you as we randomize this thing a total of 8 times, right? Let me make sure 6, 7, yeah, 8 times. So that is 1 right there. Here is 2. This is 3 right there. Sorry, I missed the button the first time. 4. I think that's 4, right? Yep, 4. 5. 6. 7. And the winner of this week's Go Collect giveaway is Comics with Bionics. Comics with Bionics. Let me make that bigger so I can actually see it. Comics with Bionics. You are the winner of this week's Go Collect giveaway for the Batman 359. Really awesome book right there. Make sure you send me an email to Regie@regiecollects.com as soon as possible with your screen name, your real name, your mailing address, and I will bundle this up for you. Jeffrey P is it? Wait a minute. ICT Vinny is here at 3rd place. Jeffrey P at 5th place. My man Ray at 6th. I think those are the only names that I recognize. Mark Spector down here in 14. Matt Woods at 15. I see you, brother. And I just have to say this with Skeeter. Love a good Skeeter. Love a good Skeeter right there. Skeeter's coming in at 16th place. Very good. Very good. So again, my man Vika was up in there. 21st place. I see you. So Comics with Bionics, you, sir, are the winner. Make sure you send me that email so I can bundle this book up and send it out to you in a timely fashion. All right. So let me go back to my screen and let me see whether, yes, my chat is back. Thank you. Thank you. Rush, my Canadian brother, says Matt 15th. Yes, he did. Who came in last though? Let's scroll down. Let's see who came in last. Let's scroll down. out of 322 names. There you go. This list continues to grow, man. The list continues to go. Tina's down here, unfortunately, down here. Daniel's down here. Chris B is down here. The list continues to grow. We were, in the 200s for quite some time, and now we are in the the 300s. The competition is getting a little rougher, but that's okay. That's okay, because you still have a great chance to walk away with an awesome book every single week. Every single week, for free. And as people tell me oftentimes, the real value, the book is the bonus. The value, if you will, comes from the community and from the content that gets released from the channel. So hopefully people actually do mean that. All right, so let me show you guys real quick. Let me remove that. Here is again the Go Collect book. I'm actually happy to have these back. I was out of stock for quite some time, but we finally were able to get the exclusive Go Collect variant back in stock. So that's really cool. So the person will get that as well. And then I will show you guys this awesome book that we picked up that will be given away this coming week. Again, simply for watching videos. It is Godzilla #1, a 9.8 with white pages. So this is Godzilla #1 from 1977, a 9.8 newsstand, a really nice copy of this book. It just arrived the other day, and so I am very pleased to be offering this up for someone to actually win. Look out, America. The mightiest menace of them all is coming your way. My man dropped his cigar. The guy dropped his cigar because Godzilla is coming. So there you go. That is the book that will be given away this week to one of you lucky folks. Dan P, did you say congratulations for coming in last? That's hardcore, brother. Let me bounce back over because I cannot see that the chat went out again. Godzilla, the king of comedy, says Almighty Liger King. Oh no, there goes Tokyo. Nice love, some King of the Monsters. Yeah, man, I actually found, who is that, sis? Who was that was just watching Godzilla? Crypt Keeper says, I was just watching Godzilla this morning. That's what's up. Bubs Comics, how you doing, brother? Have you seen the new ASM cover by Pat? I have not seen this cover by Pat. Unless you're talking about, there's one I'm thinking of. I don't, let me see if I can. Amazing Spider-Man Pat. Let's see if we can find it. Nope, not meth. Nope, that's not what we're trying to search for. Is that the one with him on the recreation of ASM, or no, Spider-Man 1? It's not pulling anything up right now. It didn't pull anything up when I tried to search for that. That did not work the way that it was designed to work. Let me close that window right there. I don't know, Bub, whether I've seen that one or not. Scrolling through, what is this? I've got 5 copies of this book. If anyone wants one. Yeah, I was about to say, I actually have several copies of this myself, but I don't know if they're 9.8 grade, but definitely a cool book. Definitely a cool book. So scrolling down, scrolling. Yeah, the thing is, if people want to take advantage and drop jokes like that's a decision that they make, and if that's how they want to represent themselves, then that's just how it rolls, right? That if that's how they want to represent themselves. So that is all good by me. It is all good by me if that's how people choose to roll. So we definitely, again, have some pretty good content that is going to be coming out from the channel this week. I am definitely excited about a couple of these videos. I really do think that you guys are going to enjoy them. So my hope is that folks will be able to check out the videos this week that are coming out. And then, like I said, I may actually be going live a couple of times this week because there were some other things that I wanted to talk about that I did not get a chance to talk about. So look for that. I may, if dependent upon how the week goes, I may actually try to go live on Monday. So that would actually be pretty cool if I can make some magic happen. I actually saw some information that I want to share with you guys. There were some things that I was trying to do, And then I had a little bit of an epiphany and I saw some other stuff and I decided that I was not going to do those things. So I actually want to spend a little bit of time talking about that. And again, hopefully I can do it early in the week if things go according to plan. All right. So again, if you guys are in the chat right now and you have not yet hit the thumbs up button, I definitely want to encourage you to do that. It is good for the Google algorithm. So I definitely appreciate that. All right. With that, I'm going to wrap up this live stream. If you guys need to reach out to me, make sure that you do so on Instagram. That is the best way to get me at Regie Collects. And then you can also send me an email to Regie@RegieCollects.com. If you won any of the Wolverine cards, I definitely want to encourage you guys to send me those emails so I can bundle that up. And then also for last week's book and this week's book, make sure you send me that stuff so I can bundle your stuff up and get it out of here in a timely fashion. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out. And if you need me, I am not too hard to find. Take care. I was not ready for that.